What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing a video topic that was pretty popular on my YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and that's the Marvel Legends head swaps with that's the MCU with comic bodies. And I'm going to be discussing which one of these are hard to do, or which one of these didn't really match and they're not compatible, like this Miss Marvel here. I'll show you that in a sec. And which ones are really good, like the Captain America and Iron Man. And we'll be discussing all that. Plus, I'll be showing off the Guardians of the Galaxy, Fantastic Four, Defenders, and some of the X-Men with these head swaps of MCU heads with comic bodies. So stay tuned for that. All right. So we'll just start off over here with Shang-Chi. That's a pretty straightforward one. I mean, very nicely done. Nicely, it was compatible. Shuri here, same deal. Same thing for Black Panther. You could do a bunch. I actually had a couple options I could have done with him, because he, comic Black Panthers are pretty plentiful these days. Shuri, I think she just has one body. Same thing goes for Shang-Chi. Miss Marvel over here, another great one that fit. Actually, this is kind of loose. It doesn't go all the way. Oh, She-Hulk fall. But it didn't go all the way because, let me show you the head peg right here, if I could get her out. Okay, so let me just show you. See, so this is like one of those bodies with the fixed head peg. If I can zoom in there, let me see if you see that. And so this head doesn't, I mean, it'll go all the way, but it'll kind of sink in if you put it all the way. So it's kind of on there, but not really. And that a lot of these older molds have that problem, the female bodies. I think Black Cat had that, and I believe Gamora from the 5-pack Guardians of the Galaxy had that, and Spider-Woman I think had that. So there's a couple of female Bucks that have that problem. But she's not, I mean, it doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good, I think. Moving on. If I get She-Hulk over here. This one's a pretty obvious one. I mean, head doesn't fit too bad, although it does look kind of small on her. Her body looks a lot bigger than her head. I think, maybe a little bit, but obviously the shades of green are different, so it doesn't, you're not going to really, have a good compatibility there. But other than that, it's not too bad. Definitely not the worst over here, but moving on. We'll go to what was it, Photon, Miss Marvel / Miss Marvel. She is actually looks really good. I actually use this figure for my comic Avengers, because I think she just looks really great on that Buck. Let me just kind of show you right there. She looks really great. I think she looks awesome. Good head swap. Moving on, we got Mr. Falcon here. He does fit very well on this Buck. Yeah, that's a really good head swap. We have Wasp. That's in her Ant-Man MCU movie 3. Ant-Man, Quantumania. Another great fitting head there. So that's that. Moving along, we got Nick Fury, another good one. It's pretty straightforward. Ant-Man, this was the Scott Lang comic body. That's a pretty old one actually, and yeah, he fit good too. Vision, oh, there goes Nick Fury. Vision, I initially thought would be a problem, but he's actually doesn't fit. It's not actually that bad. Maybe his head is like a little bit small, but no, I fit fit decent. Scarlet Witch, very nice. Fits perfectly, I think. Same thing goes, well, for Quicksilver over here. Neck is a little bit long, but other than that, it fits good. Spider-Man, there's a bunch of choices I could have picked, but this is, I believe, the final swing suit head, I think, or maybe, I don't know. One of the many MCU Spider-Man unmasked heads. Yeah, I don't know. Can't remember, honestly. Moving over to Bucky. This one, this one looks, yeah, that's pretty bad. He looks like a giraffe neck. I mean, it just looks really awkward. Sorry, Buck. Yeah, it probably would have been better with the Captain America body, but we'll just go with his Winter Soldier look. Thor. That one's a pretty good one. Maybe the head's a little bit small for the body, but other than that, it's not bad. Hulk, for obvious reasons. I mean, this was the, I believe the Amadeus Buck figure. This is the only one it will work on. The other Hulks are way too big. The pegs are way too big. So, yeah. A lot of people, I remember last time were asking, why didn't I do the Hulk? Why isn't the Hulk over there? Well, this is why his head does not fit any of those comic figures. So, yeah, it sucks. Captain America is another nice one. Fits that Buck real nice. Same goes for Iron Man. Very nice. This one was, I forget what suit, you could have a ton of options for this guy, but that's the one I went with. Black Widow, that's that pinless. I think it's pinless, yeah. Forget what wave that's from. Or if she came with a bike or something, I forget. There's so many, but yeah, she looks decent. Same thing, Hawkeye, maybe a little bit. The neck is a little bit big, but he looks good. This is the guy that was a problem. War Machine. Can you believe we don't have a Don Cheadle head, unmasked head? So I had to use the open cockpit from, I believe it was the Age of Ultron War Machine. And so yeah, this doesn't work. It's just on there. I mean, I guess you could sync it all the way, but it's gonna look awkward. So it's just kind of sitting on there. Yeah. This one was a funny one. Ms. Marvel. Oh, this does not work because of that. Let me just show you. That's one of those kid bodies, kid Bucks, Marvel Legends, and definitely incompatible there. So her head just kind of sits on the peg as well, and it kind of just looks, I don't know, it just looks really weird, but I tried it. Okay, I'm drawing a blank on her name, but the girl from Hawkeye, Haley Steinfeld's character, Jesus Christ, I'm totally drawing a blank. Yeah, she fits well though. Damn, I forgot her name, man. Oh my god. It's gonna drive me nuts. If I think about it, I'll come back. Ironheart, Riri Williams from this is the Black Panther 2 wave, I believe, or the deluxe. That fits really well, really well. As does Doctor Strange over here, another good one. And Chadwick Boseman, yeah, that's another great fitting head in there. I had a couple options with him, but I chose the God, I forget what wave, but he looks good in there. Shuri, another good one that fit pretty well. Wish they would have had her like in her Black Panther 2 look, but this is the only one I think. Shang-Chi, another good one, but yeah, all these guys they fit well. I kind of wrecked it all, but yeah. most of them fit, some of them don't. Like Bucky here, just looks really awkward. But all right, on to the Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, so here's the Guardians of the Galaxy, and just to let you know, these were the only 4 that could be done. Rocket Raccoon is too small, and the comic was a little bit bigger. Nebula, I don't believe there was a comic version of Nebula that has been made in Marvel Legends form. I don't think there is. Pretty sure there's not. Let me know if there is, but I'm pretty damn sure that we've never had a comic book version of Nebula in Marvel Legends form. Could be wrong though. Same goes for Mantis. I believe never been done in comic form. So that leaves just these 4 guys right here. And I guess we'll start off with Drax. I mean, these are all, I think actually all of these were pretty perfect. Then none of them really gave me a problem. The only difference obviously is just the color. Her and Drax, same thing goes. He was a little bit, the brown is a little bit different on Groot here, but this is actually the same mold, so the head just kind of popped, no problem. But yeah, all of these fit well. I don't think there's a comic unmasked version of Star-Lord. I don't think there is. Is there? I'm pretty sure there's not. So that's another one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's no unmasked Star-Lord. Could be wrong, though. I don't know for sure. But yeah, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I will come back with the X-Men. So I actually goofed up and I put Star-Lord and Groot as MCU bodies with the comic heads on it. So I reversed it, and now he's the comic body with the MCU head, and so is Groot. So there you have it. Just a little goof up, but I fixed the problem. There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so here's the X-Men as promised. I know you're gonna say, where's Deadpool, where's Magneto, where's Mystique? Well, for Deadpool, there's no unmasked Ryan Reynolds head, so I couldn't use anything to put on a comic Deadpool body. And just reversing the 2, basically it's different shades of red for the masked head. I'm trying to do unmasked heads, kind of, for these videos, so I chose these 4, and then Magneto and Mystique is more villains, which I'll probably do in another video, so I'm just stuck with these 4. And for this guy, Colossus, yeah, it's really fit really well, actually. It can actually, kind of might actually be able to use that in my display. I don't know, fits pretty good to me. Wolverine, so the classic joke in Deadpool, Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine movie where he's very short. He just looks really awkward. It just doesn't go well. I mean, it doesn't fit. It fits good, but it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't look good to me. But whatever. Domino, same thing. Head fits good. Professor X, same deal, fits good. But yeah, all of these guys, they fit well. It's just they look awkward because, different shades or like Wolverine and his short body. But yeah, and stay tuned for the we'll do the Defenders next. Okay, so here are the Defenders. And I know what you're going to say, where is Iron Fist? Well, the answer is I don't have an unmasked MCU Iron Fist head. Now, there was one way back, I forget what year it was, but there was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that had the four of them. I think it was like Luke Cage in like a red shirt, Jessica Jones maybe had a different type of attire, and that included the Iron Fist unmasked head. I think it was like he was in a suit or something like that, but it was like a Subway set, and it had the four of them. And anyways, that's you know the situation. I don't have it, so. But yeah, again, all these Jessica Jones. Let me see. Yeah, she fits good. Matt fits good. Luke Cage, obviously the shades are off. His head looks a little bit small, but fits well. And so yeah, that's the Defenders. Elektra, I do have an Elektra head, but that I'm gonna include her with the villains if I ever do that. When I do that, actually. And next up will be the Thunderbolts. Alright, so here is the Thunderbolts. And there's a couple. Well, there's one missing that's obvious. Ghost. There's no comic version of Ghost, which is kind of ridiculous. I think she's the only one missing. I could technically put Red Hulk. He's technically not part of the Thunderbolts, MCU Thunderbolts, but again, I have that same problem as the MCU Hulk, Green Hulk, where his head is not compatible with the comic body, so I omitted him. But yeah, every single one of these actually fits really good. Except Bucky, of course. He's got that giraffe neck. Sentry over there, I thought he was going to be a little bit of trouble, but he actually fit pretty decent. Same thing with Walker over here, a U.S. agent. And this guy kind of surprised me too, Red Guardian. I thought he was going to be a trouble because his body's a little chunkier, but he looks really fit, huh? Yeah, no, but he fits very well. And same thing goes for Yelena. I chose the old head. The newer one kind of looks sunk in a little too much, and the other one was too big from Hawkeye, so I went with the Black Widow head. But yeah, overall these are pretty decent. So originally I was going to do a Fantastic Four, but then I realized I had a reel that had me head swapping from MCU heads to comic bodies of the Fantastic Four, so I omitted that out. I'm going to put a link in the comments section to that video so you guys can see that. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, man. It was a long one, I know, but this took a long time to do, man. Just all these head swaps. It's great. It's very time consuming, especially with this many figures. I mean, it's just, I had to pop off the comic head, get the MCU heads in one by one, and it basically had to tear apart my display shelves and everything. So but I'll probably do the reverse eventually. So that would be the comic heads on the MCU bodies. And, you know, just look for that in the future. But as always, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.